Hi guys, how are you doing today? My name is Keziah and Njeri and you're watching In the Room. If it's your first time to be here, welcome. If you're coming back, thank you so much for always keeping this room warm. It's a joy to always have you back here. Kindly click on that subscription button down there and make sure you give a like and comment, share, leave your comment back so that I can be able to know whether this program is beneficial to you. And also, you can also tell me what you do want me to talk about next. I will go through your comments and I will get back to you with the topics that you are interested with so that we can be able to edify each other. Without further ado, let's dig into today's topic.
In the Room is a program where we focus on issues of life like spiritual growth and focus, relationships, mental health, life skills, music, among others. Welcome, walk this journey with us.
Today we are going to talk about how to know that you are desperate. Being desperate is one thing that happens to all of us. I believe each and every one of us at some point in our lives, we have found ourselves in desperation, in desperate situation that you really want things to work out and they are not working for you. It's a very unpleasant feeling. It is a very unpleasant situation to be in. And today we are going to look at how can we know that we are desperate and how can we know that it's time to be able to take action if we are in desperate situations, and what kind of actions can we take. There is a lady I was listening about her story whereby she was she reached her 30s and not married, and that started hitting on her and making her feel like the time has really moved and she's late. When you get into this age, there is a lot of pressure that comes from outside, from inside, and from the people who are around you. And the time that you start getting pressure from people who you love and people that you know they love you, especially our mothers, they can lead you to a situation, unwanted situation, or a place where that you never expected that can happen in your life. You can find yourself doing things or wearing a face or getting into a situation of desperation. And the risk about this is that anybody who comes your way, you start thinking is a potential person for you, and is a very, very dangerous state because it can make you to make a wrong decision. You can mess around and do things that you will regret for the rest of your life. So getting into that space where you feel like maybe you are in that space, you are feeling like it's late for you, and somebody has come into your life and you feel that this is it, and in the process you find yourself giving more than you are supposed to be giving. And you can imagine in your pie, you give like 3/4 of your pie, you remain with 1/4 or even give it all. It's a dangerous situation to be in, because in that process you can overdo, overwatering your plants, putting more than you need to put in. And in that space, you can be able to make wrong decisions. You can be manipulated as well. You can find yourself in a place whereby these people are taking advantage and manipulating you, manipulating in a way that they know that you really need them. It's not about a healthy kind of a relationship anymore. You really want them and you're pushing them even beyond the limits. So I'm giving an example of desperation in a relationship, but you can be desperate in different areas. You can be desperate wanting a job to a point of compromising. I've seen people who involve themselves with men sexually to be able to get a job. But the issue with it is, you'll get that job, but how will you be able to maintain it? How will your conscience, how will your dignity be when you know how you got that job? How can we be able to know when we are desperate? You can also be even in a workplace, in a job that you are underpaid and you're mistreated at the same time, and you're like so desperate with this job to an extent that you rather go through pain, you rather be abused, you rather go through manipulation and all that for you to retain this job. I found myself in such a job whereby my boss was really harsh on me, was really abusing me and all that, and I really wanted the job, so I have to stomach it. I have to cry in my office. I have to go to washrooms and cry, but I really want to retain the job. But every time I tried to retain the job, my mental health was tampered with. I became mentally sick. Not only mentally sick, I started developing issues in my body, the issues that I didn't have, the hyperacidity kind of issues. I went to the hospital and I was told I'm producing a lot of acid and all that. It affected me. It was a tough moment for me. And at some point, I lost the job. Yes, I had to. And by the time I was losing this job, but the circumstance just came to make me out of the job. I was in contract, and when the contract ended, I was not. Something happened, and I found myself out of the job. But when I went out of the job, I felt like, like it's a burden that was on my shoulder that has been lifted. Despite the fact I didn't know where to go, how to handle the situation, how to handle being out of the job, but being there was harder than not being there. And I realized that what desperation can really do to you, and I came to hate being desperate. The truth be told, we are all candidates of desperation. Anybody can be in a desperation at some point in life. But when we find how should we know that we're in that space, and what are we supposed to do when we find ourselves in that space? First of all, let me help you understand when you get to know that you are desperate, the signs and symptoms of desperation. First of all, if you find yourself being available, be it in a relationship, be it at workplace, be it in friendship zone, or where you are, you're being available. Being available, either online or physical, at a moment notice, shows that you don't have a life. You can't tell me that I come just right now and tell you, you know what, let's go to the north, and immediately, let's go to the north, let's go to east, and without thinking, you just follow. That shows me that you don't have a life. What were you doing before I came and tell you that let's go to the north? That shows you're so desperate. You don't have a life. Find something to do with your life. Don't be available. You see the way pizza is, and it's cut into pieces. Just decide what amount of pieces do you want to give to others and your life. Decide just to multiply things in your life according to the pieces in the pie. Decide what piece you want to give out. It is okay to say no, but say it in a kind way. If you feel that I want you to come and you're not available, just know how to tell me, you know what, I'm not available at this time, but not every time telling people no. Let it be healthy. Point number 2. If you find yourself compromising your integrity and principles, and this happens most when you're relating, or when you get into a relationship and you feel you're overdoing it. If you find that you're moving your boundaries to accommodate a person, if you find that you're compromising your integrity to bring something in your life or to maintain it, that's a no-go zone. That means you compromise a situation even if it's toxic, instead of seeing other possibility. If you find yourself compromising your integrity and your principles, then there is something to be done, because you are like, if this ends, there is no any other way. And most time we forget that if one door's shut, another door opens. But most of the time we concentrate so much on the door that is shut and forget to see the door that is opened for us. We take too much time on the shut door and forget to see the door that is already open to us. May God help us to be able to realize that there is another opportunity, that is not the end in that situation. And point number 3, you be agreeable. Everything, it's okay. Sawa. Okay. You want me to do that? Okay. You want me to go there? Okay. Agreeing too much on issues is pleasing people. I think a healthy kind of relationship is whereby you tell me this and I tell you, I think that one is okay, but I also think if we go to this direction, this can also work for us. What do you think about it? So that it creates a way of communicating your heart and being able to raise also your views, so that somebody may not be able to manipulate you or to use you badly because you are agreeing on everything. It means that you agree on things that your heart and your instincts are telling you not to. If you find that whatever you're saying yes to, your heart is saying otherwise, then no, you're in the trap. Be able to listen to your heart, be able to listen to your instincts. It doesn't mean that you can't compromise. You can, but agree first from inside of you that this one I'm going to compromise on this one I'm not going to compromise, this one I'm going to handle this in this way, on this one in this way. Don't agree on everything. If you find yourself agreeing on everything, even if your heart is telling you not to, know that you are desperate. Point number 4 now. If you feel like you want to be complimented too much or assured, everything you do you want a compliment, everything you do you want to be assured, you're even second guessing yourself, even asking for compliments. You're like, do something but you don't feel satisfied until another person compliments you. You can even ask for it. Then know that you are desperate. Point number 5, getting too close for comfort. That you can't be comfortable on your own. You need too much comfort. You see, when you are asking for too much comfort, there is a problem. There is a problem somewhere that needs to be sorted out. Just know that desperation brings about mental illness and also diseases in your body. I've told you what happened to me when I was in a toxic workplace, and I became mentally sick. I couldn't even perform well because I was in total stress, crying, and then I ended up in the hospital. And it was found that I had an issue with my stomach because of total stress. So it brings about mental illness and also diseases. Also know that desperation can make you a slave of somebody, and the worst of it, a slave of love. You can love somebody who doesn't love you. You care for a person who doesn't care about you, and you give your 101%, and then you get nothing because you are desperate. Don't be a slave in any manner. Even if it's a relationship, it's a job or whatever that you want to get, don't go there with the desperation to a point that you can do anything for it. That will make you a slave. Also know that desperation can make you to sell your birthright. In the Bible, we saw Esau selling his birthright for a plate of soup. That tells you that desperation can make you to sell your birthright. When you sell your birthright, it affects you for the rest of your life. And birthright can be so many things in this life. You can lose an important opportunity because you sold it for a desperate situation. Desperation affects your decision making. You can make wrong decisions and live by them for the rest of your life. They keep on affecting your life. They keep on affecting what you think. There are things, the decisions that you can make in life out of a desperation situation that will haunt you for the rest of your life, and you find yourself you can never fix them back, and you'll have to live by them. If it's a point of relationship or even these issues of life, don't make them the alpha and omega of your life. Don't allow them to take the central part of your life. Take the control. And how can you do this? How can you come out of desperation? Point number 1, just realize that you are desperate. Realize that. Secondly, accept that you are desperate and you need help, or you need to come out of it. Just accept you need to come out of it. Thirdly, take action. Start looking at what can I do to come out of this situation? How did I get it? How did I get there in the first place? What is this thing that pushed me into this space? And what can I unlearn to be able to come out of it? The moment you get to understand what you can be able to do, then do it. Try your best. Try. If you have to block someone, block them. If you have to make a huge decision to leave a place, knowing that there is consequences that will follow into that, but do it anyway, just do it. If you know that it's something that you can't be able to do all those things, they have already entangled you into a situation, just pray about it. I'm a believer of prayers. I believe that there is a supernatural power that can be able to help us to be able to solve problems that we can be able to solve on our own. I believe there is a supernatural power from heaven that can be able to change situations in our lives. Therefore, just do it. Go before God. Ask God to help you. So when you're pursuing things in life, as much as we have 100% positivity in getting whatever we are looking for, let's leave a room that what if it won't happen? What can happen? Let's prepare ourselves that if whatever we are pursuing has not happened, we can be able to move on. Because even athletes, when they are preparing to go for their marathon and all that, they all go there knowing that we are going to win. But a winner is only one. So if you're not the lucky one to become the winner that time, does it mean that everything dies there? No. They have to go back, pull themselves together, train again, and try again. Just know that there is always another chance. There is a second chance. If the first one didn't work, just go and try the other one. I'm not saying that if you're married, that you leave your spouse and go try another spouse. No. I'm saying if you're not married and you find that the relationship is not working, and you find whatever the person you think that they are not, if it's that thing, whatever situation it is that you're trying and it's not working, you can again try again. You can open yourself for another opportunity, so that we may not get into the depth of desperation where we are going to lose even what we have. Let's focus to getting the best for ourselves, and let's pursue being sober and being well and allowing ourselves to be in the best version of ourselves. Thank you so much for watching In the Room, where we pursue our purpose on purpose.